Have you guys heard of art therapy? Let me tell you a thing or two about it. Art therapy is one of the most important techniques that are being used nowadays in order to get rid of anxiety and unnecessary depression, which is usually self-induced because of lack of activity, which is either physical or mental activity. And because of that, we just cling on to the negative thoughts that keep originating in our minds, and we do not stop them. We do not block them from coming, and we do not distract ourselves enough, and we entertain them rather than getting rid of them, rather than trying to shut them off. We start entertaining them in our heads, and as a result, we start living in a state of a vicious cycle. We start experiencing a constant state of repetition of negative emotion and thoughts that are completely useless, that are not serving us in any way, in any shape or form. They are not serving us, and they just keep repeating, and that's how we pass our time, and there's no result. The only result that we get is inactivity, depression, gloom, unnecessary gloom, unnecessary unwanted negativity around our lives, a negative, dark, gloomy perspective, outlook towards life, towards the future. And the whole scenario it depicts or paints for us is very horrific, and we end up becoming completely devastated and frustrated with our lives. So one of the most important and functional and actually something that gives result, one of the most important therapies out there right now is art therapy. And with art therapy, there is no rocket science behind it. It's actually simple art therapy. And from art, it means sketching, painting, and I would even like to add cooking into art, but not the hectic everyday cooking, the experimental cooking, like baking, like trying something new, trying out new recipes, baking new types of cakes that trying to explore foods of certain countries that you've never done before. So you can turn anything, quite literally, you can turn anything into art if you have the imagination for it. So art therapy is something that can actually replace the mind that is playing a villain role against you, to becoming a canvas that you can paint into any emotion. And you can shift your mindset from battling against automatic negative thoughts to embracing creativity. And you can actually develop a sense of switch on, switch off mentality, that whenever you feel that you're getting engulfed by negativity, you can actually immediately tell yourself to switch off that mode of negativity and turn into an artist. And you can shift your focus from negativity to the beauty of art. You can transform your mind into an artist and create something new every day. And slowly, you will realize that your control over your mind your control over your automatic negative thoughts keeps increasing, and you get a grip over them, and you can actually choke this habit and this snake of negativity that keeps coming up, keeps appearing every now and then to scare you. You can actually behead it if you just develop a hobby, a creative hobby, and show some interest in a creative art. And you could choose to paint a picture or a landscape, flowers, or you could simply develop some kind of craft habit. Amongst crafts that you can choose, for example, knitting and crochet, and maybe bead work like jewelry making or resin art. There's a whole world of opportunities out there, and there are so many tutorials on YouTube that you can just pick one that you feel you're passionate about and you can get busy with it. And trust me, you might think that you don't have the time or the means or the like you need to get the supplies, and then you have to get started and it's so hectic already, you have too much to do. Please stop. Pause. It doesn't take a lot. Even if it's, say, needlework, get one needle, get one piece of thread, start stitching. Just start making those tiny plain stitches and enjoy it. Just get busy. Just have your hands busy with some artwork. Just get a plain, simple pencil and put on a sketching tutorial and just start copying it. Just make some flowers and 3D roses or something, anything. Just start sketching. You don't even need to go to an art class. You have so much available on YouTube. You don't need an art class. You just have to start dedicating some time of your day to some form of art. And slowly you would realize that your anxiety level, even your panic attacks, can be controlled, and even like your focus will improve. Because this learning new things and art therapy, it works by creating new neural pathways and diminishing the old ones and creating new ones. So this will increase your neuroplasticity. And when you have improved neuroplasticity, this will help you improve your old self, and it will create new habits. It will slowly create a new you. And it may be a slow process, but it will be worth it. So don't just try it for 2 days and 3 days and say, oh, it's not working for me, and just give it up. No. Get a hobby, get into art and crafts, or art or craft, anything that suits you. Get into it and stick to it. And it will definitely help you in the long run.